Well, we might as well get things started here. Turn off the Elder Scrolls music and then click into the game and you'll hear the actual Elder Scrolls music. Hello. Oh. Hello, how are we doing today? We're here. We're um she elder my scrolls to lie online. But yeah, anyway, um I bought the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood DLCs because they were on sale. Got them at kind of a bargain. But I never really started the Dark Brotherhood. I have been doing the Thieves Guild. Well, I did like one of the main Thieves Guild quests, and I've just been doing their like Radiant quests since then, you know? Which I've made a lot of money doing, honestly. But yeah, I would like to start the Thieves or the Dark Brotherhood today. I suppose more opportunity versus ethical gray scaling. That is true. That is a good way to put it. The guy with the opportunity versus the guy that's willing to do whatever it takes. Also, I will change... I will put your name on the first... Let me just get this chest before somebody else does. I deserve it more. But yeah, I do need to drop off the stuff for the crafting writs really quick before we do anything. And evidently, this region, what's it called? Abba's Landing? Yeah, Abba's Landing in Hughesbane. No. But yeah, Hughesbane does not have a place to drop off stuff like that because I guess they're not involved in the war. Hippies. Did that chest so quickly? Yeah, I guess I kind of got a feel for it. It's kind of similar to the Oblivion one, but honestly, way more forgiving. Way more. Because it's like, if you mess up one of the tumblers or whatever they're called, it doesn't reset any of the other ones, like in Oblivion, where it's like, if you mess up, like, all of them go back to their starting position. So, while it might be similar to Oblivion, I will say ESO's version is way more forgiving. Which, fair enough. I mean, I guess I understand. It's like, you know, you want to hurry up and do it before somebody else can. So I guess they would make it easier for that reason. Because there is a time limit, too. There's like a meter that depletes, and if the meter empties all the way, it boots you out of lockpicking. So that way it's like you can't just sit there in the lockpicking screen and block anybody else from getting it. Gonna lurk and prep for bed? That's fair enough. I know that you're not feeling all that well. I hope you get well soon. I know that, you know, the cold, flu, whatever that sort of thing is, it really sucks ass. So, yeah, no worries at all. I appreciate you being here and getting the first and all that. So, yeah, you be sure to chill out, relax. Hopefully you feel better soon. And, stay warm and have your, fluid, well, liquids, we'll say. Because fluids, I don't know, when I hear fluids, I automatically think of either, like, fluids from a car or fluids from a human body, and both are kind of gross. But human body fluids are way more gross. Anyway, just, you know, have lots of hydration and the like. And yeah, I appreciate you being here. I hope you get well soon, my dude. And I hope that despite not feeling all that great, I hope you still had a decent birthday. We could we could all still do something for it if you want, like once you're feeling a bit better, you know. I think my model's being laggy. Shouldn't be. Yeah, my model is not tracking me at all. Well, it was working fine last time. Huh. don't really care. So yeah, let me just, it might be because it's still loading stuff in this area. But either way, like I said, I don't really care. As long as this stream looks okay. I need an ode.
Vivek City.
You sell those, don't you? Yeah. Alright, let's go turn these in really quick. And let me just do some stuff at the bank really quick, and then we'll go do some Dark Brotherhood. Wish my model would work. Oh, I think it's... Okay, I think it's fine now. Yeah, it must have been because it was still loading stuff in. Now I just gotta deal with all the crap I got from that. On roll.
House Halalu maintains this.
Man, I know that Dark Elves are supposed to have like greenish to greenish grayish, or not greenish, bluish gray skin, but that dude looks like he's like green. Like that's a shade that I usually see reserved for orcs.
So many strangers of late.
Yeah, I always thought it was interesting how the elves kind of like, especially the Dark Elves, they have like they kind of have a lot in common when it comes to like your stereotypical like gray aliens, you know what I mean? In the sense that they have, you know, like, well, like they have like the gray skin and then like their eyes kind of, and their, you know what I mean? I always just thought that was kind of interesting. Especially because, well, the Elder Scrolls games take place not on Earth, but on planet Nirn. Which I think a lot of people don't know that. I'm not trying to be like, you know, Mr. Know-It-All or anything. You know, and like I was actually kind of like, I was looking into some of like the people talking about, you know, that and everything, and it's like I think some people have a theory that it's like Nirn is Earth, just kind of like different universe, you know what I mean? So they just named it something different, but that doesn't make sense because when you look in the night sky, like especially in Skyrim, it's like you look in the night sky and you'll see all these planets, and well, for one, Nirn has 2 moons, whereas Earth only has the 1. So I don't think that Nirn is just like an alternate Earth or anything like that. But it is interesting that, of thinking like, because I don't think there's ever been any reference to Earth either. Well, I've heard NPCs use the word Earth, but they weren't talking about like our planet Earth. Which is interesting because I think that might have been an oversight. Because I think it's the, in Whiterun, there's that one guy that's like got like the monk robes on, like in that one, like in kind of like the center of town. And there's that guy with like the monk robe standing in front of a shrine of Talos. And he's just kind of like yelling. He's just like shouting about his religion and all that. That dude uses the word Earth. But I think he's referring to like, you know, like the dirt. You know what I mean? How like how Earth could be another word for like, you know, like you're digging in the earth. I think it more like that. Which is still kind of weird because it's like, why would they... why wouldn't they just say, like, digging in the Nirn? I don't know. That's why I think that's more of just an oversight. but it is interesting to think of, like, if Earth does exist in the Elder Scrolls world, that would honestly leave a lot of questions, because it's like, when exactly does it take, like, there's no way to really know when this game takes place, because obviously it's like people see like the whole like medieval type stuff and they're like, oh well, this is like the Dark Ages, but it's like, well, this is a whole different planet, you know what I mean? This could be like centuries in the future, you know what I mean? This could be like in our year 4000 for all we know, or it could be like Star Wars, where it's a long ago in a galaxy far, far away, you know? So it is interesting to think about, like, the relation to Earth, if there even is an Earth in the Elder Scrolls universe. And then you could picture like I don't know, maybe some like, because like imagine if it's like those gray aliens that people have reported seeing forever. Imagine if instead of like, well, I guess technically they would be aliens, but it's like, imagine if those aliens were just like like high elves that were just using portals to go to other distant planets to like harvest like harvest materials and stuff. A Lamau, exactly. Imagine if the elves were A Lamaus. He's still AFK, just that's okay. Good to see you, Callie. But yeah, I mean, like look at this fellow. Like, imagine you're some, John Doe sitting in your pickup truck, you're maybe not having a beer because that would imply that you maybe are drinking and driving. You're drinking a can of Minute Maid, pink lemonade, and you see a light in the sky crash down into the tree line, and when you go to investigate, you see this guy standing there, and he says something like, House Halalu greets you. I would think he's an alien. I mean, like, again, technically he would be an alien because he comes from a different planet, but you know what I mean? I would have that, like, visceral reaction to where it's like, oh my god, an otherworldly creature. Because, I mean, like I said, bro is green, like, his eyes honestly aren't that crazy. But, I don't know, maybe if, like, you know how, like, they make, like, hyper-realistic images of video game characters, and it's, like, the most disturbing thing? Like, I could imagine a hyper-realistic elf. You know what I mean? Like, with the ears and everything. It would probably freak me out. Like, maybe I wouldn't be, like, like, maybe it would only, like, last a second, like, if he was chill, and he's just like, whoa, take it easy, bud. I'm just, I'm not here to hurt you. But, like, that first second, I'd be like, holy fuck, it's an alien. Reminds me of this video game coming out soon where Lamaux are pretending to be humans running a gas station. It's a co-op game. That sounds hilarious. I love the concept of, like, aliens trying to pose as humans but not doing a very good job. That's always really funny. I need to play that with you when it comes out. Yeah, if you can remember what it is, let me know. I could wishlist it. That does sound like fun. We could play The Long Drive again soon sometime too, if you're up for it. That guy doesn't look chill. He definitely doesn't look chill. He looks like he would prefer not to speak to me. So maybe if this guy, maybe if I'm drinking pink lemonade in my pickup truck and I see this guy crash into the tree line, maybe that would be, like, maybe I wouldn't be, like, super afraid, but maybe I'd be like, wow, what a dick. Look at hands on hips. What? I'm sitting here talking about how alien and like, weird you look. What's with the attitude? But yeah, anyway, I'm just let me just stick some stuff in the guild store, because they're always like, we have, it's chill, but always make sure that you keep your slots filled up in the store, otherwise they'll boot you out. Yesterday I was playing in one of the guilds I was in. I kept getting messages up here in the top where they're like, so and so has left. Cottage of Cheese is the one that I'm in. And it just, like, it literally, like, 3 dozen names over the course of, like, a half hour. I'm like, oh, no, they're doing a purge. They're purging. And I was sitting there waiting for an alert like you've been kicked from cottage with cheese, which I shouldn't be considering I do keep my slots full. So it's like they are making money off me, so I don't know what their issue would be. We'll sell 100 platinum dust. That tends to go. Alright, that should be good enough. I like to imagine if aliens visited us, they'd just fuck with us for lulz. They probably would. Because they'd probably see us as inferior beings, which I guess we would be. You know, and they'd probably just be like, yeah, let's just piss them off a little. I could picture that. I've been keeping a ledger on this one Discord server where, you know, it's just me. I kind of just use it to store memes and stuff. I started keeping a ledger for this game so that I can keep track of all the stuff that I'm selling, and, you know, so that way I know what makes money, what doesn't. Alright, let's see. What's Cottage and Cheese looking like? Yeah, they need some stuff. You know what? 600? Let's make it 675. What? I'm a merchant. 100 soul gems. I'd like to... Oh, yeah, I read that. I actually bought this game on sale. Yeah, it goes on sale pretty often, I've noticed. I think it's a pretty good game. I'd recommend it. Anybody that hasn't tried it yet. It could really suck you in, that's for damn sure. It sure did for me. How close am I to the level cap? I actually did hit the level cap. It's level 50. But then, like, once you hit level 50, you start getting champion points. So it's like up here, so it's like I'm level 50, champion level 359. Which I don't know what the max it for it champion points is. But yeah, it honestly didn't take me that long to get to level 50. Nice, yeah, very nice. In fact, let me see if I have any points. Yeah, then you just dump champion points into this stuff, which is kind of like perks, even though there are already perks like these. But yeah. Okay, now I just need to pawn off the rest of the stuff that ain't worth putting in a guild store. Because ain't nobody gonna buy it. You would think a diamond would sell for more than 1 gold, but... They know how addicting that jingling coin sound is, too. Every time I hear that noise, I get serotonin. Is it similar to 76? Like in what way? Like in the gameplay way? Gameplay? This game definitely feels more MMO-ish than Fallout 76, whereas Fallout 76... Like, if I was going to compare Fallout 76 to another online game, I would compare it to, like, maybe GTA Online, where it's not massively multiplayer, but there is a lot of people in the server, you know what I mean? Yeah, gameplay-wise, I would say it's definitely more of... Like, it definitely leans more to, like, the MMO-style gameplay, you know what I mean? And there's just more players around in general compared to Fallout 76. Which, not saying that nobody plays 76, it's just because 76, like, divides people up into different sessions, kind of like how GTA Online does, you know? They also did make it... Because before, when the game first came out, you would pick your Dominion out of the 3 available, and then you would only be able to explore that region. So, like, I played as a Nord, which means I'm in the Ebonheart Pact, which is the Nords, the Dark Elves, and the Argonians. So, the way the game used to be, I would only be able to explore places in, you know, Nordic territory, Dark Elf territory, and then Argonian territory, while all the other ones would be blocked off. But they recently made it so that you can go anywhere. Well, anywhere that either isn't that... anywhere that you own, if it's DLC, which like these ones with the grayed out ones are DLC that I can't go to. And then there's obviously places that just haven't been added yet. Yeah, it never felt like a community. Yeah, it never really did. Fallout 76, like, rather than feeling like you're part of a community, it felt more like you were kind of like a lone wolf that every now and then would, like, bump into another player, you know what I mean? Like, maybe when you're doing, like, one of the events, you know, like, a couple people congregate, but then everybody would just kind of go their own way, you know? Yeah, and the game does have, like, the dungeon finder where you could just join a queue to do a random dungeon. And it's really fast, I'll say. Like, I've never waited, like, more than, like, 2 minutes to join a dungeon. So, I mean, like, you could just sit there and do dungeons all day if you really wanted. Done tucking wired and nice. I hope he's comfortable and has a good rest. It was a great co-op. It really was. I mean, I'm kind of glad Fallout 76... Like, honestly, 76 just kind of felt like Fallout 4 with more people in the game world, you know what I mean? Which I guess is kind of what I would wanted. Although, like, if... What I really would like is, like, a game like Fallout 4 that's designed for single player, but then allows co-op, kind of like how Far Cry does. You know what I mean? That would be ideal for me. So, like, a single player game... A single-player Fallout game that also lets you, like, play co-op with other people. That would be fun. Same with, like, an Elder Scrolls game. That'd be great. We should play the long drive, get it on the long drive. Okay, guys, we're switching to the long drive. Maybe they have a Dark Brotherhood. Yeah, we'll stream that again soon for sure. That'd be fun. Let me just... I do have some crap clogging up my inventory, but that's okay. I do have one of the objectives for the golden pursuits, because for those that don't know, the main reward for doing this event is this little guy whose name is Golden Honor, apparently. Look at this fellow. Just as like a little pet that follows you. A non-combat pet, to be specific. He will not fight for you. He will stand there and watch. I love it, too. Yeah, and then the first reward is 15 gold, and then the one that I'm going to unlock very soon is the Statue of Molag Bal Harvester, which... Obviously, you could put that in one of your player houses. Yo, the Mace of Molag Bal. The Mace of Molag Bal is such a good weapon in Skyrim. I use it all the time. Especially if I'm doing a more evil character. Chicken, exactly. Yeah, this specific animal is called a bantam guar, I think. They're pretty common in dark elf areas. Hi, Daisuke. Hello, hello. That's a cute little sticker. That's a Deathclaw. What, this? Or do you mean this? Do you remember when I showed you what the baby Deathclaw looked like with its tiny little horns? Oh, those are so cute. The statue? Does kind of look like a Deathclaw. Honestly, it would be kind of cool if, like... Maybe not like an official DLC, but like maybe like a free creation club type thing. You know what I mean? So it's like a non-canon... But it's like an official non-canon expansion, you know what I mean? Where they add Deathclaw-like enemies to Skyrim or something like that. That'd be pretty neat. Oh, then you could tame them. The baby Deathclaws, yes. Yeah, they're in New Vegas. They're in Quarry Junction. And they're actually an important part of that, clearing that area out if you don't want to just take all the Deathclaws on outright, because... If you kill one of the baby Deathclaws, the mother Deathclaw, who is like one of the toughest enemies in the game, will go berserk and she'll start attacking just anybody else except her other babies. So she'll start shredding the other Deathclaws, and then hopefully by the time she kills all of them, she'll be weakened enough for you to just finish her off, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a little message on the screen where it's like the mother Deathclaw has gone berserk or something. Honestly, though, the little baby Deathclaws are cute. I have this one mod where you could, like, recruit mercenaries, basically, and there's generic mercenaries, but then there's also, like, faction-specific ones. So it's like you could have, like, a brotherhood or an NCR person follow you, but then there's also, there's one where you can recruit animals and insects, but then there's a Deathclaw-specific one. And one of the Deathclaws you can recruit is a baby Deathclaw. And what's interesting, though, is that you can recruit multiple mercenaries, and the baby Deathclaw obviously isn't very tough, but it says in the menu, having a baby Deathclaw in your party will give any other Deathclaw mercenaries that you have, like, a buff. Because they're going to, like, fight harder to protect the baby, I guess. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're going to roll with Deathclaws, you should have a Deathclaw baby. Because it'll make all the other Deathclaws stronger. Just snipe them once you're high enough level. Yeah, that's usually what I do, too. I just kind of hold off on anything Deathclaw related until, like, well into the game, you know? The team mascot, exactly. With his tiny little goofy horns. And if any of you have never seen what a baby Deathclaw looks like, you should look it up, because their little tiny nubby horns are so... they're so dorky looking, honestly. They have that same Deathclaw face, but then their bodies are super small and they got little nubby horns. They look so bad, I know. Endearingly so, exactly. It's just like this goofy little thing. It's like, you're gonna be so scary when you're older, but right now you're just kind of goofy and cute. Anyway, yeah, we could, so yeah, Voices in the Dark is the quest. Blah, blah, blah. Best way to get the Dark Brotherhood attention is to kill an innocent person in cold blood. So yeah, we're gonna go to Anvil. Which is interesting, because Anvil... Let's see, where is that? The Gold Coast? Oh, here. Yeah, Anvil and Kavach, which, for those of you that don't remember, Kavach is the town that gets destroyed in Oblivion. But ESO takes place, like, hundreds and hundreds of years prior. If I remember correctly, this game takes place in the Second Era, and I think it's actually the earliest point in any of the Elder Scrolls games, ESO. Whereas Oblivion takes place in the Third Era. And at the very end of it, because the, well, Emperor dies right at the beginning. And then Skyrim takes place 200 years later in the Fourth Era. So yeah, this game takes place, like, well, let's see. Oblivion, I think, was in, like... almost the 500th year of this Third Era. So this game being in the Second Area would mean, like, Oblivion takes place, give or take, a little less than 500 years later than this game. And then Skyrim takes place about 700 years after this game. Yeah, pre-wrecked Kavach. Yeah, I've never been there. In fact, why don't we go there right now? And then we'll come back to Anvil, which Anvil is also a town in Oblivion. New games, but I played it to death last year for all the... Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've been getting the itch too. Honestly, the best way to get back into it is to just experiment with some new mods. The ones that I have that, like, that mercenary one I talked about was really cool. I forget what it's called. But then there's another one that adds, like these, like, mission boards to various places in the game that just give you, like, radiant quests, like, you know, like, bring me, like, 3 of this material, or go and kill this raider, or something like that, you know? Anvil's the nicest city. It really is. It really is. You know what? I think Shadenhall looks really, really good in the remaster, because... they really make... because all the buildings in Shadenhall have, like, purple trim. And in the remaster, that purple really pops. It looks really good. But yeah, I kind of want to go see what Kavach looks like. The same layout as Oblivion, yeah. They do, like... because you could also go to Riften. And I will say, like, this game's version of Riften, feels a lot bigger. But I think that makes sense just because it's like, well, it's an MMO, so I guess it makes sense to make it bigger just because, you know, you just need more room for more people to run around. Yeah, exactly. It's very similar but bigger. Yeah, this is from one of the previous events where it was some kind. It was like celebrating like the 10-year anniversary of this game, and yeah, one of the rewards was this horse with, and your character just pulls out a slice of cake. It also leaves this trail of sparklies. I figure, you know, it's not the default horse, so at least I look special. There are some pretty interesting ones. Mounts, I mean, like, you can get one of these guys, a Pengreet. Or a bear. Someone already bought something. Oh, they bought my platinum dust within seconds. Alright, let me pull up my ledger. I just been I have a full ass ledger, like I'm not even kidding. I type down the name of the item, and then I'll type sold to confirm that it's sold and it didn't expire, and then I'll type the amount that I put it for. Which this was for 1,000, but then like the house takes a cut. So I get 930. So that means my guild just made 70 gold off me, which isn't a lot, but I don't know, bro. If I charge too much, people aren't gonna buy it. Oh, let me minimize Discord again. What? What? I saw you get all aggressive. I'm right here. Yeah, that's also another difference from like Skyrim or Oblivion is that like MMOs, you know, you have like you can see like my ability taskbar on the bottom there, and you have ultimate attacks like that. Oh, and you can go first person too, if you really wanted. I know I'm one of those, I'm an anomaly in the sense that I'm one of the very small percentage of people that play these games in third person. I know. I'm blasphemous. Oh my god, there's lions? There's lions in Cyrodiil? Oh yeah, my cat chasing me. Yeah, Mr. Snickers, there he is. Does it have a trading system like in New World? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with New World. How does that one work? Dire Wolf. It always reminds me of Stick of Truth when I see Dire Wolf. Disgusting, yeah, I know. Look how zoomed out I am. Doesn't this gross you out? It's like I should be banned from Bethesda games. Did I play New World with you? Huh. I don't remember now. Now I'm starting to question my own past. Yeah, I'm not sure. Aww. Now that's just wholesome. Well, it does have, like, the guild trading like I was doing before, and it's like, you can trade with, like, other players, like, if you walk up to them and you hold down a button, it'll pull up, like, the interaction menu. Oh, I also, yesterday, for like no reason, I unlocked a unique mining animation where instead of a pickaxe, I use a warhammer. It's the exact same animation, but with a warhammer. And there's even like lore attached to it. Let me see. Yeah, the Nords of Hraldron started using their martial hammers for mining after a bloody skirmish involving miners and reach folk. Vowing to never again be caught flat-footed, they perfected this method. Okay, so basically, they're like, yeah, these Nords started mining with their weapons because they don't want to be caught off guard and only have a pickaxe if they get jumped. So that's why the Nords started mining with their warhammers, which is something that never stuck with into the Skyrim's era, I guess. This got minotaurs in here. All right, let me eat some Horker loaf. Oh, right. I earned the statue. Let's go. Huh. Fall to me, Minotaur. He wasn't so tough. Golden Idol of Mori House. Okay. Is that Kvatch right over there? I've been looking at that one mod for Skyrim that lets you go south past the border and go into Bruma, which is pretty cool. Thinking about giving that a shot. Yes, I have played the Oblivion remaster. I picked it up the other day. And, I guess I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I do enjoy it. Like, I love Oblivion. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I definitely installed some mods that take away that brown filter. And, also got rid of, like, the fog, because the game is super foggy. And I think it looks really good. My only complaint is that the game is very poorly optimized. In the sense that it stutters a lot and stuff doesn't really load in correctly. Like, it's that kind of thing where, like, it happens in Cyberpunk sometimes, but not as much. Where, like, the ground is invisible because it's not rendered yet. So, like, you'll go into a town, and after the loading screen, your character's just kind of standing there on an invisible ground with just, like, some floating pieces of grass. And then it comes in after, like, a couple seconds. So it's... And it's like, I was worried it was a performance thing at first, but after talking to some other people that played it and, like, reading some stuff online, it's like, okay, no, it's not performance. This is just optimization. Yeah, the only time that would happen for me is if I was driving my car, like, really fast. You know what I mean? I guess I was kind of outpacing the game's render. But yeah, it was very rare. Whereas with the Oblivion remaster, it's pretty much every time I go into a town or something. And, like, all the plants will be, like, super polygonal. You know what I mean? Like, the trees, like, their leaves will just be, like, giant green triangles for a second, and then they'll go normal. Cyberpunk was the lighting being broken. I couldn't see 5 meters ahead of me. Damn. I could see that being irritating, yeah. That's weird. I wonder why that happened. But, yeah, here we go. This is undestroyed Kvatch. It's pretty crazy to see. Like, there's that church that you end up talking to Martin in. It's pretty crazy to see, honestly. Yeah. wanted a pickpocket. Bounty board. Mercenaries need to investigate unnatural occurrences reported at Tribune's Folly. Sure, I'll take the quest. Kvatch looks nice. It really does. It's a shame what happens to it. It's pretty crazy to see it before getting torn apart by Daedra. Hey, welcome back, Callie. Hope you're doing well. We're here at Kvatch, the place in Oblivion that gets torn apart by the Oblivion Crisis. Like, super early. Like, in fact, I think that it's just destroyed from the beginning of the game, because it's I've ignored the main quest line, which I always tend to do. But it's like, if you ran straight to Kvatch as soon as you got into the free roam, I'm pretty sure it'd be fucked. Yeah, this city could use more Daedra. Definitely. Damn, look at that thing. But yeah, it's pretty neat to see this place when it's not, you know, completely fucked over. Anyway, let's go back to Anvil, because I need to murder somebody. Well, not just somebody. I need to murder an innocent. And then we'll get the attention of the Dark Brotherhood. It's perma-fucked. Exactly. It would be neat if somebody made a mod for Skyrim, because it's like, there's the mod that lets you go to Bruma. It'd be interesting if there was a mod that lets you go to, like, you know, this region where you could go visit Kvatch, and, like, maybe it's not fully rebuilt, but, like, mostly, you know? I think that'd be kind of neat. Alright, I need to kill an innocent, so let's see. Try and find somebody that's kind of on their own. Guards also cannot be killed, like, at all, no matter what you do. So, a lot of people have to learn that lesson the hard way, so I'll just, I'll just give you the deep facts. Feel like it'll stay in Ruin? You think that they just kind of ditch it? Like it's not worth it? Maybe. Well, I mean, like, yeah, Skyrim, I think, takes place 200 years after Oblivion. So it's like, that's a lot of time for them to rebuild, but also, I mean, I guess that would depend on their willingness to, you know?
Hey, nobody boards the Prowler without my permission. Get over here.
I'm on your ship. And I almost jumped in the water with my plate armor. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find somebody that's just, like, completely isolated. Like, maybe kill this beggar. Oh, I am going to get a bounty. Because I really don't think I'm going to be able to kill her in one hit. It'll be a cursed city, or like that abandoned city in Lord of the Rings. That's a interesting. Yeah, maybe it's just, maybe the Daedra came back and infested it. All right. The murder you committed has been observed by forces unknown. Search for Amelia Crow or whatever near the Anvil docks. Okay. We just got to avoid guards, because now I have a bounty. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked.
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would.
Oh, is this going to be the letter? The we know? Oh, please let it be.
Interruption. I've been looking for you.
Yes, courier?
Not me. But I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Ah, yes. Here it is. Interesting. I'm also supposed to extend a verbal invitation to visit the lighthouse. Odd that they didn't just put that in the letter.
I will say, like, for an MMO, they really did a good job of, like, making it so that you can enjoy this game as a single-player experience, you know? Because the quests are still really good. The voice acting's really good. You know what I mean? So it's like, Because that was always, like, my thing when this game was first announced. It's like, man, I don't know if I want to, you know, like, it would suck if they cheapen the single-player experience just to make it more accessible to multiplayer. But no, they did a really good job with it. Like, you could play this game and just pretend it's just a single-player game if you just ignore all the other players. Which, honestly, I feel like Fallout 76 is kind of like that, too. You know what I mean? I feel like you could still enjoy 76 as a single-player experience. How the fuck is everyone doing today? Oh, I'm doing fucking alright. I didn't sleep very well. I was kind of sore. And then this game wanted to be difficult earlier. It wasn't letting me sign in. It kept telling me, like, booted from server. I'm like, what do you mean booted from server? So I had to restart my computer. But yeah, I guess I'm doing all right. How you doing? Doing fucking wonderful today? Hey, that's fucking great. Good on you. I'm happy to hear it.
Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. The sender ordered me to direct you there after I handed over the letter. I'm glad I found you. After looking for the woman with the eye patch all day, I figured I was in for late night.
The woman with the eye patch?
Emily Crow? Do you know
Oh, it's
her?
Amelie? I thought it was
I
Amelie.
gave her a letter right there on the Anvil docks. I have no idea where
Amelie.
she went in such a hurry, but she seemed excited to receive it. Anyway, I have more deliveries to make before I can rest for the day.
Yeah, the mailman does have some buff arms. It's like, as he's handing me the letter, he's like flexing and his arm is shaking because of how hard he's flexing. He's like, I got fucking mail for you. Oh yeah, I got some letters for you. Completely forgot this hat online. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I like ESO. I've never really been an MMO guy, but this game lets me play it as the antisocial single-player gamer that I am, so I appreciate it for that. Which, I mean, there are other online games like that, like Fallout 76. Even GTA Online feels like a game that you could still enjoy completely by yourself. He has a crush on me? Uh-oh. I see that look on his face. Do you think that we could be together? Sorry, brother, I'm, and this bird you cannot change. Goodbye.
The gods keep you.
Gods keep you. When you get to the lighthouse, he's gonna be there, yeah, and he's gonna have, like, a blanket laid down on the ground with, like, candles and, like, rose petals. And he'll be like, I've been waiting for you, my love. Read the letter. Where is the letter? Oh, is that gonna be, like, in here? Oh, journal. No. Lore library? Oh my god. Collections? I would love to read the letter. I just don't really know where it is. Nope. Huh. Oh, here it is. It doesn't say we know, but that's pretty much all I needed to see. Yep. Scares you sometimes? I understand that. I'm not a very social person either, so I get that. But
Stop there, churl! If you pay
I have
your
powerful
bounty,
friends.
you
My
get
bounty's
more.
been covered.
All right, but if you commit another crime, I'll have to take your bounty.
Okay. I would sure hate for that to happen. Well, this turned really quick, so when's the wedding? Already happened. The sleeves off my shirt just for you, my love. That's right. Surely if I show him my biceps and shoulders, he'll fall for me. She called you churl. I know. The mouth on this one. Talking to me like I'm some kind of swit, like I'm some kind of fetcher. Speaker Tyrannus. Oh! Am I interrupting something? Should I come back another time?
Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy.
This guy gets
Yes,
everyone kind of
You do have the
anime
eyes
is
of a
this?
killer.
It's a harem
How many
anime.
lives ended looking into those eyes? Enough that the Night Mother has noticed, obviously. Which brings us both to this place and time.
I mean, honestly, that was the first time I killed somebody for no reason. The only other time I ever kill a civilian is if they catch me pickpocketing them. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take what you have. Which, that's self-defense. Best kind of anime for sure. Who are you?
I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood.
I never could have
I
guessed.
speak with the voice of the Night Mother. I act with the hands of our dread father, Sithis. I have an offer to make to one so skilled in the art of murder. An invitation, if you will.
A good-looking speaker? He really is. Very nice robes. I know. Why can't I dress like that? Let me play Fashion Scrolls. The Fashion Scrolls. Online. I'm speaking. I was gonna say I'm speaking, listener. Wow.
As well you should. I am certain you have questions, but first, we must determine if you are worthy of joining the Dark Brotherhood.
I spent $10 on the DLC. I think I'm
Take
worthy,
lives
yes.
easily and without hesitation. We know that you can kill. Now show us that you can also obey.
What I will say, anybody that does pick this game up, the game gives you 500 crowns, which is the premium currency, for free. Which, it'll be tempting to spend that on an outfit or something, but my recommendation, save it until one of the DLCs you want goes on sale. Because 500 crowns is $5. And I got the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood DLCs when they were on sale, both for $10. So $20. But because I had those 500 free crowns, I wound up only spending $15. Boom. Thank you, Todd. Very nice. Is this 4 or 5? Like for Elder Scrolls? This is Elder Scrolls Online. Came out a couple years after Skyrim. So, neither. Yeah. Yeah, it came out about 10 years ago, I think. I used to play it on PS4, but then I abandoned it. And then I got it again on PC, and now I've been properly sucked into it. I don't know. For some reason, when I played it on PS4, maybe I just didn't appreciate games like this enough back then. But I just couldn't get into it back then. Now, though, now I play it like I'll boot it up at least once a day just to do, like, daily stuff. Like, I don't play it every day, but I do boot it up pretty much every day. That's why the game was so cheap. They want me to fork out for the Dark Brotherhood. Basically, yeah. I will say there is a lot to do in just the vanilla game. I will say that. But yeah, Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood are DLC, which I think kind of blows, but ah well. I will say the Thieves Guild, like, Radiant Quests, is probably one of the best ways to make money in the game. Like, genuinely. But, yeah. I guess that's the nature of these games. You know, just, they gotta have their expansions. There's a lot of expansions I don't have. Where I might get them down the line, but it's like I said, there's a lot to do already, so it's like the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood were, like, the only ones that, like, it's like, no, I really want those. The other ones are kind of like, it's not that I don't want them, it's just, I'm happy to save them until I, you know, see them on sale and all that, you know? I could be a pretty frugal person to the point where it's like I could very easily, like, resist the urge, I guess, most of the time. Anyway, I'm ready to hear your proposal, Tyrannus.
Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me to present you with a gift. I shall teach you how to call upon a particular tool of our trade.
This game has everything. It really does. It really does. You know what's interesting is that me and one of my real life friends did this once, where you and another player, like, your characters could actually get married. Like, you can go through like a marriage ceremony, and then you get this, like, I think you get like a wedding ring. And the thing about that is, when you are in a party with the other player you're married to and you're both wearing your wedding rings, it drastically increases your experience points that you gain. So me and my one friend, we did it, and like as soon as it was over, he's like, all right, now let's get the hell out of here before people start looking at us. It's like, what? No, you don't want them to see our gay wedding? What's wrong with that? To be fair, I was a male Khajiit and he was a female Khajiit, so we weren't being gay, definitely not. I do miss my old Khajiit. He was funny. He was super short, but super barrel chested. You know what I mean? Like, not like, he was muscular, but not like generic muscle. He was just very barrel chest. Like, he looked like a Tom and Jerry character that literally swallowed a barrel, and now his body was shaped like a barrel. Just very thick boy. And he had black fur. He looked really cool, man. He was a cool character. And I remember, because I ended up not playing the game for a while, and I ended up coming up with headcanon where I'm like, oh, the reason I didn't play the game for a while is because my character went on a fishing trip and then got drunk and fell out of the boat and unconsciously drifted in the water for a while until another fishing vessel caught him and was convinced that he was just a really ugly catfish until they realized, no, he's a Khajiit, and then he came back to land. That was my headcanon for why I didn't play the game for a few months back then. We're getting married. Marriage. They should introduce polyamorous marriages, so you could just marry as many players as you want. Just like marry every single player on the server you're playing on. So I just marry everyone on the US server. So it's just no matter who's online, I'm getting extra XP. Hank and the boys should play this. They definitely should. Elder Scrolls Online. Honestly, like, they made like Family Guy online and stuff like that. They should make King of the Hill online, where you can just explore Arlen. Afraid to be seen marrying a man. That's pretty gay. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. What? What? You're not interested in men? Gay. Jesus. Like getting married for... Basically, yeah, that's kind of what it was like. Yeah. We weren't getting married for any other reason than just we both received benefits. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm actually a married man. And it's just I'm married in a virtual world MMO where I'm a cat man. And my friend is a cat woman. I remember my friend named his Khajiit TNA Princess or something like that, which I'm sure you know what TNA stands for. But then he was like, he ended up regretting that name because he thought it was dumb. And then I'm like, well, what if like you just pretend her name is Tina Priceless? And he's like, you know what? Tina Priceless? Yeah, that's her name. It's not TNA Princess. It's Tina Priceless. So that was his Khajiit, Tina Priceless. Sounds like a stripper or something. Downloading the game gonna be a lizard? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Argonians are cool, man. I like Argonians a lot. That also means we'll be part of the same pact. Not that it really matters unless you go into PvP. It's that kind of anime. Being with the man is the manliest thing you can do. Exactly. That's double the masculine energy in one place, which is super awesome and not gay. I like Asian women, thank you very much. Hey, fair enough. The nasty alligator. Honestly, I really like the Argonian regions because their architecture and their weapons are very like ancient South American, you know, like they have like pyramids and like their greatsword is the Argonian greatsword. It's one of those like weapons that South American like tribals used to use where it was like a club but with like like sharp obsidian rocks like on the side, you know what I mean? So it's like a paddle but with sharp rocks all on the outside of it. It's cool. I think it's neat to just explore this game and go to the other regions and see like which real life cultures inspired the in-game cultures, you know what I mean? Yeah, right? It is pretty neat. Cuz that's the way that like when you're crafting a weapon or an armor, it's like you need the main material, so like iron, steel, whatever. But then you also need I forget what they call it. It's like a style material or something. And like each race has its own style like material. So like wood elves use bone, Argonians use flint, Nords use corundum, and then like whichever of the style materials you use will change the appearance of the armor or the weapon. And there's more than just like the race specific styles. Like there's like vampire ones and mercenary ones, stuff like that. So I do like that. There is like a very wide variety of like appearance when it comes to your armor and your weapons, which I think goes a long way because otherwise every player would just look the same. So you could marry a very beautiful woman and be a horrible person. Hopefully not hopefully not to your beautiful wife. It's a good game though. I do recommend it. It's pretty good.
A tool for dealing death.
It's very addictive though, I will say that.
One forged by unseen hands. The Blade of Woe.
Whoa.
Wield it from the shadows, and its edge shall deliver your prey to Sithis in the void.
I've actually seen other players use the Blade of Woe, and it really is just like you sneak up behind a civilian and you get a one-hit kill on them, which is a lot better than me having to just club them to death with my mace in broad daylight.
In return,
Yeah, the Blade of
I expect only
Woe.
unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency.
Oh, now I got the Dark Brotherhood
let
skill
us
line.
discuss the task before you. A
Ooh,
killing
wait,
that
I
shall form
might-
a covenant between us.
I might finally have
Signed in
passed
blood.
800k gold.
The Imperial noble.
Oh, that noise is so
Quintus
addicting.
Jarol
I need
has
more
been
jingling
marked for death
coins.
by the Black Sacrament. Your task is simple. Find Jarol and kill him.
I bet he's gonna be like, it does not matter why he's been marked for death.
That isn't a question we ask.
Knew it.
Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. The Night Mother heard the prayer, and now Jarol must die.
Yeah.
This is the task I have set before you.
The Blade of Woe comes with a fidget spinner attached to the handle in case you get bored and need a fidget during your travels. We at the Dark Brotherhood are very aware of autism and its quirks. I'll kill Lord Quintus Gerald.
Excellent. The noble's estate can be found northwest of Anvil along the Gold Road. How you perform the execution is up to you. Just make sure Lord Quintus Gerald dies by your hand. Then your initiation into the Dark Brotherhood will be complete.
What if the hilt could spin like a fidget spinner? Ooh. It's like I go to the killing blow, and the last thing they see is just the colorful fidget spinner on the handle just going ham. Way too whoa. Yeah, very whoa. Who's the Night Mother, bro?
Our unholy matron and the one true bride of Sithis. We are her
So
children,
2010s. Well, that's when it
forever
came out.
wrapped in her cold,
So I guess that makes
loving
sense.
embrace.
So the Night Mother is your leader?
There will be time enough for more questions after you complete the task before you. Just know that she watches you. She loves you. As she loves all her children.
So I
Do not disappoint her.
have to wonder if the Dark Brotherhood has a rule similar to the Thieves Guild, where it's like how the Thieves Guild are like, you can't steal from another member of the Thieves Guild or else you're banished. I wonder if like the Dark Brother, I think they might have a rule where it's like you can't kill another member. Because if that's the case, I would probably just join, like, if this game was, like, this world was real and I was living in it, I'd probably join the Dark Brotherhood just to avoid that. Just so it's like, they couldn't assassinate me because, you know, I'm one of them.
The Black Sacrament is the ritual by which a client procures the Dark Brotherhood's services. Using an effigy of the intended victim, the client pleads for the Night Mother to send an assassin to end the specified life. With no remorse, no regret.
No remorse, no regret. Smart indeed. Honestly, because it's just like, I don't know, man, the Dark Brother, especially because it's like the Dark Brotherhood keeps getting the protagonist of these games, the strongest person at that time period, to join. So it's like, you know, it's like, if I'm just a civilian in Skyrim or Cyrodiil, it's like, you know what? I don't want to have, you know, like the hero of Kavach or the Dragonborn come and kill me. You know what I mean? I prefer not. Just here. You might have heard of monkey. This game does have monkeys in it. In some regions. Just kind of like random monkeys.
To put it simply, yes. The lives of the innocent and the guilty alike are ours for the taking. And every soul goes to
You know,
as long as the price is paid.
The way that I...
Our religion,
Oh, wait
and
till
our
he's done.
trade, and business.
The way that I would kill the targets in Skyrim for, like, the Radiant quest, I would use the Fury spell, which is an illusion spell, which just kind of makes the target go crazy and attack anybody nearby. So I would just hide somewhere, hit the target with Fury, and then they just, like, put up their fists or, like, pull out an iron dagger and just immediately get swarmed by guards and just cut down right in the street. Talk about, like, you know what I mean? They're not going to know that was a murder. They're not going to know I did that. They're going to think the person just went crazy. They're going to be like, oh, probably another skooma addict. Monkey brain, yeah. Monkey sees action. Neuron activation.
The wise traveler asks for directions before...
All you want to do is be a whore. I mean, like, I guess you could if you want.
Never hesitate to rely on your fellow brother.
Just sounds edgy.
Once you complete your initiation.
Hey, this game, you could be
I
as edgy as you
assume
want.
to know what awaits you at the noble's estate.
And going back into clips to prove I'm not crazy. Bro's doing research. I mean, I'll take a look around this area. There might be a monkey in here. I could look around.
Reaching your target. That's the real task, isn't it? High walls, locked gates, and armed patrols protect the estate. There is another way to reach the estate grounds.
Someone could have a pet, yeah. So it might be someone with a pet monkey. I'm a very emo person. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely not.
A series of smuggler tunnels runs beneath the withered rose and leads directly to the estate's courtyard. That's the route I would take. And don't forget to bring lockpicks.
All a little emo, you're right.
Man.
It's not just a phase.
He never leaves the door unlocked behind him.
What's the withered rose?
The Withered Rose? A small hostel outside the city. Our lovely mother and daughter own the place, but they've had trouble making ends meet. The smuggler tunnels provide them with an alternate source of income, and they're perfect for your needs.
Nice. Anyway, I guess I'll be going. Oh, yeah, there is another player in here. A level 13, no less. Whoa, that's what I'm talking about with the barrel chest. Look at this dude. Bro is the pregnant man emoji. I'm going to stop body shaming people's characters. Oh, hold on. Jill... Oh, she's got a cat. Wait, Jilladal the rag picker. What? Did you actually find it with the monkey? I'm hearing a cat meow. I don't know if there's a monkey in here. Did you actually hear it, though? You're not crazy? Okay, I believe you. Hey, I believe you. This game does have monkeys in it. Someone could have ran in with the monkey. Smugalana Perfect Games. Oh, yeah, I know Smugalana. I follow her on Twitter. Dirt and I believed you. It's okay. Well, I appreciate the clip nonetheless. Man, that is a physique. Okay, so now... Oh, wait. Let me, Yeah, we surpassed, well, you can't see because my mug is in the way, but we surpassed 800,000 gold. Let's go. I'm almost a millionaire. I had to prove it to myself. I don't believe me much. Hey, whatever you gotta do. Oh. Let me see. What's it called? Signed in Blood must be it. Yep. And then, now that I've got the Dark Brotherhood, I do have 2 skill points. So, oh, I've already got the Blade of Woe. Call the weapon into your hand and deliver a killing blow to an experience from this target. Okay, so you lose a lot of your XP you get from the kill, but I mean, that makes sense. I might as well test it out, right? Sounds like some monkey business going on in this game. Evidently, I guess so. Some ooh-ooh-ah-ah type action going on in here. Weapon close-ups? Like looking at a weapon close-up, you mean? Well, I guess the Blade of Woe doesn't really... It's not technically a weapon, it's a skill. Like, I bet if I crouch behind this person, it'll give me the option to kill them, or maybe not. I mean, like you could always just, like, look at it in first person. Inspect. I don't know if there is a way to do that. Like, you could preview it. Like, and you can look at it like that. But I think that's about it. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a way to do that. There are add-ons for this game, surprisingly enough. Which, I don't know if they're, like, as full-scale as mods for, like, Skyrim, but... A lot of them are kind of just, like, menu tweaks and stuff, so maybe, like, there's an add-on for doing that. Because I really do like the way that a lot of the weapons in this game look. Like... So yeah, my two-handed mace that I have on my back right now, this is a high elf one. And then this mace is a dark elf one. And then my shield, I think... My shield is barbaric, so it's not a race-specific one. It's just barbaric. Oh god, that's a guard. This is a guard just walking right up to me when I have a bounty. Anyway... I'm really curious about how this Blade of Woe works. Like, do I just crouch up behind somebody? But there's gotta be a specific button for it. And is the person I'm trying to kill... Okay, I think he is here in Anvil. Yeah, none of the people down here appear to be killable or pickpocketable. Pickpocketable? Man, if only the Blade of Woe ability would make guards killable, that'd be great. You know what? Do I have a lot of stolen shit on me right now? I could sell it off. Oh, I've never been to this outlaw refuge. It looks pretty. Wake up to hear this game is very woe. Definitely woe. Okay, well, from here it looks like pretty much every other outlaw refuge. Just kind of like some dank bum little abandoned area. This woe people these days. Oh, nice. Look at this. Man, the Cyrodiilians really have a way of making everything look really pretty. Because it's like in Skyrim, like, the Nords definitely like their, you know, more rustic style. But in Cyrodiil, like, man, the Imperials are just like, no, everything will be pretty, even our sewers. Yeah, let's build some statues of, like, famous heroes and put them in the sewer. For no reason. No one will ever see them except for thieves and outlaws that are hiding in the sewer and, like, maybe a rat or two. But yeah, let's put statues in the sewer. No, you don't have to be sorry. That's okay. We all have our non-English days. You wish the sewers there were... Oh, I wish my sewers were this nice too, man. It's all just graffiti. Yeah, graffiti and bacteria and... Ugh.
No charge to have a look.
Oh, I completely forgot why I came down here. I need to pawn some stuff off. Where's the fence? Here's the fence. Ms. Dabe. Ms. Dabe.
What junk have you brought me?
I like your
Doesn't seem
outfit.
like you have an eye for quality.
What? Fuck you, bro. An eye for... I have a crystal alembic carafe. What do you mean I don't have a taste for quality? Look at that scowl on his face. I take it back. Your outfit, you do not have that shit on. Graffiti and fatbergs, exactly. Blith. Not a fan of fatbergs. I remember seeing this one video where, like, someone went down into a sewer and they found, it looked like just this weird red fleshy mass on the wall of the sewer, but then when they got closer, it turned out it was just like a million worms that were, like, all in a mass, just on, ugh, it was horrible. It was repulsive. It looked like something out of, like, Half-Life 2 or something. Some syringes, yeah. You know, so it's like, if you want to make sure to get yourself sick, you know, there you go. This place doesn't smell good. You know what? I'm willing to bet this place doesn't smell all that great either. Although I'd be willing to bet it smells better than real-life sewers. Do I have anything to cook? Yes. Let me cook. Western society needs to replace toilet paper with bidets. Honestly, yeah. I would prefer that. It would produce less waste. And, I mean, it's just kind of more hygienic because you're not putting your hand up in places. Yeah, the Rat King, yeah, where it's just like a bunch of rats that get their tails all tangled together, so they just start living as like a hive mind sort of thing almost. Basically that, yeah, but with worms. Oh, it was horrible. It was disgusting. I that's the kind of video that, like, I'll never be able to forget about, you know? The Worm King.
What is it?
Starting to sound like a Dark Souls boss or something. Japan's probably in a much better place to live. You know, every place has their downsides. I do like Japan, though. It seems like a pretty nice place. They have a very, like, polite society, you know what I mean? What do they call it? Like a high trust society? Whereas where I live, it's very low trust. Like, I don't know if, I wouldn't, I wouldn't, like, leave, like, say, like, a bicycle or something, like, just outside. Because someone would probably come and take it. You know what I mean? So that would be quite the contrast for me to actually be somewhere that was high trust. It'll take me a while to adjust. Yeah, Rat King. Yeah, it sounds like a fantasy thing. Because it's like, when I hear Rat King, I just imagine a really big rat, like, maybe with a crown on its head. But no, real-life Rat King is much more disturbing. Turbo work very behind on the topic of women. Yeah. Well, at the very least, they do stuff like having the separate cars on the train for women, and They have that law that makes it so that all camera phones have to have a flash. So at least, I guess at least they're doing something. Work-life balances. That's another thing. From what I understand, people people that live in Japan are worked really hard, and it makes them kind of like, you know, well, I mean, obviously, like being worked too hard makes anybody burnt out, kind of stressed and depressed. Just the same how it has to be a thing. Well, I guess to be fair, I guess I have to give them credit for at least doing something, whereas other places like where I live and whatnot, you know, they just cram everybody into the same train, and you know, I guess I have to give them credit for at least doing it. You know, a lot of places just couldn't care less, frankly. I like how there's another player here. But yeah, I mean, like, it does suck it has to be a thing at all, but I don't know, it's like at least they're doing something about it. Some people literally sleep on the street because it's easier than going home on a work day. Honestly, that does suck. I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, Japan does have, like, a lot of nice things that I wish, like, you know, like, my country had, you know, and just like I said, how, like, the high trust society and all that. It's like, I wish it was like that here, but there are some aspects of Japan where it's like, I guess I am glad that it's not like that here. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I guess it's just important to remember that every place has its ups, has its downs. You know, like, there is no one perfect place in the world where just everything is great, everyone's happy, you know. So I guess it just comes down to what you prefer, what you think is important, what you could, you know, and then, like, what things you're willing to live with, like the not so great parts. Love to sit in the women only card. It's probably nice and cozy in there. Like the idea of the hierarchy culture they have. I've heard stories of senior bosses like petulant bullies and people just accept it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, I guess that is something that you could find in a lot of other places, but I have heard that especially, like, in Japan. But I don't know. I guess, like, as someone that I've never even been to Japan, I don't want to, like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm ragging on Japan or anything, because obviously, like, I do really like Japan. I like the culture there and all that stuff, but I guess I'm just sort of like, you know, it's just, that's the thing. It's like, I'm willing to accept that, like I said, like, every place in the world has its issues, things that, like, could be improved upon, all that other stuff. We need more anime. Well, it can never go wrong with that. Master Greg. Oh no, are they doing another purge? You better not purge my ass. I've been putting stuff in the guild store for days. I always make sure I have at least like 15, 20 stuff, which the max is 30. Yep. I think they're doing another purge. You can see in the top right. What are y'all doing with the... There is one thing, is that a lot of guilds require you to, like, give them money just, like, as a tribute, which I made sure to look for guilds that don't ask for that, because that's not something I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, give me money, how about? You know, it's like they make money off of every sale I make in the guild stores, so as far as I'm concerned, they make enough off of me. What kind of cult is this? I probably said that wrong. You mean, like, cult? Like, with a U? Or, because cult with an O, that's like a handgun. Like the Colt 45. If you mean, like, cult with a U, like what I'm doing, like the Dark Brotherhood, yeah, they're assassins that worship Sithis and the Night Mother. Yeah, cult, exactly. Oh no, a bounty on my head. What will I ever do? I hate having a bounty on my head. I think she needs to just chill out. English. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood. They're assassins that basically worship the Night Mother and Sithis. And yeah, they're contract killers basically. DB has cool lore. My Dragon Ball brain thought you said Dragon Ball. But yeah, Dark Brotherhood does have cool lore. I definitely agree, and their quest lines are always interesting, regardless what game it is. There's always so much drama and stuff that goes on, especially in Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood questline. Oh my god. Oblivion's too, actually, now that I think of it. There's a lot of parts in both of those questlines that make you stop and think, oh my fucking god, that's fucked up. You thought Dragon Ball 2, yeah. Because I'm just like, oh, what? We're talking about Dragon Ball lore now? Okay. Sounds like Resident Evil. I can see that. Resident Evil. You know, that actually reminds me of... There's a mod that is both for Oblivion and for Skyrim called 28 Days and a Bit Later or something like that, where it basically just, like, turns the game into, like, a zombie thing where it's, like, there's different scenarios you could do. Like, there's one called Patient Zero, which basically makes it so that...
You will be caught.
It makes it so that
You need to go.
it puts a
now.
random character in the game that has the zombie virus, and they go around, like, infecting people, and if before you know it, like, the whole map becomes infested, or... You know, there's other ones, like, other scenarios if you want it to go faster. But, yeah. I've been thinking about trying that out, and if I could get it to run stably on Skyrim, maybe I'll do a couple of streams playing that. Yeah, it is pretty badass. I think it's pretty cool. It's the kind of mod where it's like you really shouldn't do it, like, on, like, a main playthrough where you actually want to do quests and stuff, because I think the mod makes it so that anybody can turn into a zombie, so you can get completely locked out of quests, basically. I think so this is like God and the Night Mother's like Jesus. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, Sithis is like the godlike figure, and the Night Mother is kind of like... Not full god status, but she's... Oh, Jesus Christ. Smacked my phone by accident. She's very, you know, she's involved, but she's not like a full-on godlike figure. But yeah, honestly, I really don't care about my bounty. I have quite a few of these counterfeit pardons. I have 22 of them, which one of them removes 500 bounty from me. So honestly, I kind of just don't care about the bounty I get from this. Yeah, that's another benefit of doing the Thieves Guild. They give you a lot of the counterfeit pardons. The Brotherhood, Dark Brotherhood might. I'm not sure. I almost called them the Brotherhood of Steel. Brotherhood of Steel versus the Dark Brotherhood. Sounds like an anime, yeah. The Brotherhood of Dark? Oh, wow, yeah, if they fused, like, if they merged. Like, you get, like, you're playing Fallout and you get a letter in the mail, and it's just, like, a handprint, but it's, like, very clearly a handprint from somebody wearing power armor. So it's just, like, this giant handprint that, like, almost doesn't even fit on the paper. This goddamn guard, bro. I could just leg it, but... It's like, I might as... I said I don't care about the bounty, but I still want to maybe avoid getting one if I can. It's just not the end of the world if I do get one. Resident Evil meets Skyrim. I think that'd be pretty neat. Oh, God. I know that they're going to turn around. I know it. It's smeared with engine grease. Exactly, yeah, the paper is just coated with grease. You know what? Fuck you then. We'll do this the fast and loud way. Wow, I didn't get any extra bounty for that at all. We know you murdered someone. Yeah, so what? A person gets murdered every minute here. Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Sorry to bother you. Huh? Maybe I should have read the flavor text. I have no idea what's going on here. The old. Hey, if I had a big mansion with wine casks this big, I would have a fake one too. That was like my escape tunnel. I absolutely would do that. That'd be sick. I am very tempted to just kill all these guards. But I probably shouldn't. Even though, I don't know, like in the Thieves Guild quest, they didn't really... I wasn't really penalized for getting seen or anything like that. They didn't really seem to care. Put them all down. I just might. Yeah, like in Hitman Blood Money, exactly. You know what? Someone showed me that they're actually coming out with like a co-op mode on Hitman. To where like you and somebody else could actually do co-op together. Because there was like a sort of versus mode, but now they're doing full-on co-op. And like instead of Agent 47, you play as two of the characters that are like from like one of their like sniper like spin-off type things, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks like a lot of fun, frankly. I'm surprised they never added that because it's such a cool concept, playing Hitman co-op.
Seriously, Quintus.
Agent 48, exactly.
Place for our meeting, but couldn't you straighten up a bit before we got here?
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, I like the Blade of Woe. Show them who their daddy is. That's right. I'm your adoptive father.
That's no way to speak to your betters, Count Carolus. Speaking of which, when are you going to finally turn Kvatch over to a proper ruler? Your people deserve so much greater than you.
My lord and lady, please. We have a more pressing concern, and it affects us all.
Careful, Quintus.
They want me to
I
eavesdrop.
won't be spoken to in such a manner.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I like that.
The dark side grows stronger and
That was pretty fucking brutal, man. Like that first stab, it was not necessary. He did that for him. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Oh, that's not good. I mean, if you really want to... Yeah, bring out all your boys. Well, that helped me complete the objective of killing 150 enemies for this. Fuck them up, Hank. That's right. Oh my god, you could actually sneak under these things? Even though I would be too tall to... Oh, okay, it just lets me go under it. Ugh. Because usually in these games, like, when your character's crouching, their hitbox, at least when it comes to, like, what you could... Like, you know, like in Skyrim or Fallout 4, it's like, crouching doesn't make it so that you can go under something that... You know what I mean? Like a small passageway. Primate Artorias.
Remain in Kvatch. He indicates that he will support whatever we decide.
I will anvil with an iron glove, but you let that glorified priest walk all over Kvatch, Count Carolus.
I govern, while Artorias handles spiritual matters and the cathedral's defenders, the Order of the Hour.
Whoa.
I have allowed them to patrol Kvatch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected members of the Dark Brotherhood? Perhaps if we do nothing, this murderer will solve our problem for us.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to freely stalk the streets of my city.
I mean, honestly, bring out all your boys. I don't give a shit.
And the Order of the Hour's authority.
If I didn't know
More XP and loot for
I
me.
think you and Artorias were building an army. Should I be worried, my dear Count?
Count Dracula? Oh my god, they got Dracula in this castle. I didn't know I was playing Castlevania online. Oh dear. Detected by who? Oh, that gave me a bounty. It is what it is. Oh my god, that scream. That was pretty fucking brutal, Jesus. Yeah, I was thinking that too. It sounded just like my mod for Skyrim that adds those really terrifying screams. She was so... Honestly, yeah. Maybe she was just thinking if I pretend I don't hear it, they won't kill me.
Can we at least get your assurance that the Order will return to the Cathedral once this threat is resolved?
Primate Artorias gave me his word, and I give
Get this motherfucker next.
And why should I trust either?
Yeah, let's not get too horny on main.
We're not as ambitious and ruthless as you.
Despite his holy station, Artorias is a man. He has the same needs and desires as any other.
Lord Quintus, intruders have penetrated the estate. We need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. We prepared for
That's
any
all right.
contingency. Commander, secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
We fight for the screams, we do. Must have been the wind. Yeah. Yeah, why'd he give me the goofiest noise anyone's ever made? Whoa! Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Callie knows what I'm talking about. Thank you for using a bits redeem. Yeah, bro came at me with the Lego Yoda noise. Is he a cat? I guess it kind of did sound like a cat noise. I was gonna say, how am I supposed to get past this person? They spent all day making that trap, and I just broke it for him. Honestly, a lot of these executions are more brutal than I thought they would be. They were really like they were really like yeah, the people that bought this DLC, they just want bloodshed. They knew what we were in for. Like those sick fucks that want to be in the Dark Brotherhood. That dude over there watching this dude getting beat in the face by someone hiding. And he's just like, you know what? That's not on my radar today. It's pretty hilarious that it kind of just doesn't matter if I get seen or not. Like, the only problem is I get a bounty. Huh? Oh, I got a bounty because this idiot saw me. A blood mod? Yeah, for this game, I don't know if you could get anything like that, but there are mods like that for Skyrim that just kind of like enhance blood texture and all that. Or like mods that, you know, make it so you can do executions more often. Like anybody that's seen my modded Skyrim knows that I've turned Skyrim into a pretty gory game. Which is so out of character for me. Last words sound like a cat. Yeah, I suppose so. Sounds nice, yeah. I don't know, it adds so much more like impact when you fight, when you have mods like that. I don't know. I just think it's fun. Meow. Was that my cat purring? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What a crock of shit. I hate those ones with the radius. I probably can't kill him either. Alright, actually, yes I can. But yeah, like... that doesn't actually happen until you get one of these DLCs where there's guards that have like that radius around them where it's like they'll just see you if you're in that radius, which I think is a little lame, but oh well. Love cats? I do too. I think they're funny. Oh my god, right through her face. I like that he has to pull out his two-handed maul every time he uses the Blade of Woe. Doesn't look like the best AI. Definitely not. So they probably added those dudes with the lanterns because they knew that it's like, yeah, you know what, the AI is not going to be enough to detect them. So they gave them a buff. Make everyone pay, yeah, definitely. That person was dead before I even stopped swinging. It's nice to finally do this, though. I've been kind of distracted by doing the Thieves Guild quests and all that to the point where I kind of been neglecting the Dark Brotherhood. Sometimes it gives me a bounty and sometimes it doesn't. God. Well, I don't really care about my bounty, like I said. Oh my god, we're almost 2 hours in. That's crazy. It's felt like it's only been like 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm not sure how long we'll go today. I'm kind of tired today, so... we'll probably go a bit longer.
Show yourself, assassin. Or are you another one of those Brotherhood cowards who prefers to strike from the shadows?
I'll let you figure that out. Does jail time de-level you? Honestly, I don't think you could actually go to jail. I don't think jail's in this game. I think you just pay a fine and hand over anything that you stole or get killed by the guards. So yeah, jail's not actually a thing in this game, I don't think. I don't know. I've never surrendered to the guards when they've caught me. I've always ran. Which, to be fair, that's also what I do in Skyrim. I also just never surrender to the guards. Oh, fuck. No, I have to get him with the Blade of Woe. Why did I just get 2 bounties for that? Lying game. JLRP would be cool. Honestly, yeah, it would be. Like, you actually have to serve, like, maybe, like, a couple of hours in jail or something. Like, real-life hours. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. You could, like, interact with other players that are in there. That would be kind of cool. It's kind of a shame that they didn't have that. Alright, so yeah, I'm not going to fight this dude outright. I want to, because there's a bonus to use the Blade of Woe, and I want to get that bonus. There it is. Don't look for JLRP IRL. You know what? Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. That's how you meet somebody named Bubba. Alright, well, I did it, and I accumulated about 1,700 gold in bounty. But that's okay, because thankfully bounties in this game just go away over time. Which I might just let it do. Oh, I forget if I talked about this on stream, but I saw that they added fishing to Fallout 76. Which, tell you the truth, that might just be the thing that gets me back into Fallout 76. And I read about how to, like... apparently, like, it's super easy to, like, to... Because I was playing it on Game Pass before, but now I'm going to be playing it on Steam because I don't want to keep paying for Game Pass. And apparently, like, your character and all that is just saved on the Bethesda server, so it's like, as long as you're playing another PC version of 76, like, you should be able to just... Like, you don't even really need to transfer your character, it'll just be there, you know? Which, honestly, that's great. Because, I mean, like, I guess I wouldn't mind too bad if I had to start over, but it's like, I don't know, I would like to just get back with my same character. Fishing Peak, it really is. I love fishing in games. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a mud crab. I'm like, what the hell is in the grass? Fighting alongside the Minotaur. And these dickheads take a lot of damage. I remember for Skyrim, I found a mod that added, like, centaurs to the game. Which was really cool, because I think centaurs and minotaurs are really cool, but, like, they were way too overpowered, man. Way too overpowered. Which was a shame, because it made them a complete drag to fight. And it's like, you know what? Nah, and I just removed the mod. Which is a shame, because, like, just running into centaurs in the wild is pretty badass, but it's like, they were just way too overpowered, man. Like, kill you in one hit, like, on any difficulty, and it's like, that's not fun. Like, I understand that they should be a difficult enemy, but they shouldn't be, like, impossible to kill, you know? Centaurs were so weird, yeah. Yeah, like, I think they're cool, like, as, like, just, like, creatures to fill out a fantasy world, but unfortunately, yeah, those ones were too tough. Oh, look, they're having a conversation. They're on a date. Little guys, exactly. Yeah, mud crabs aren't actually hostile to you right off rip in this game. That's what that yellow aura means. When a person or a creature has a yellow aura when you look at them, that means that they aren't immediately hostile, but they will fight back if you attack them first. Yeah, very cute. That's actually really cute. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Sentient little guys. Yeah, crabs are actually very intelligent. Like, smarter than you would give them credit for, like, if you didn't know better. They're actually very, very intelligent. I want to eat crab. I feel like that's like a duality of man moment. Like, ah, yes, crabs are such intelligent, cool creatures. I think they're so great. And it's just, man, I want to eat their meat. I've had crab before. I think crab is really good. I do appreciate them, though, as for being as intelligent as they are. I think it's kind of cool. Crab is alright. Yeah. Like, I've had crab cakes. I've had crab rangoon. I've never had, like, just, like, crab, though, where it's just, like, you're breaking off the legs and dipping it in butter and all that. I never had that. Honestly, that sounds a little barbaric for me. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, on top of sounding super messy, it just, I don't know. Like, cracking open the shell and all that, I don't know if I need to do all that. Heap of crab once I cooked it up with the sweet chili sauce. That does sound really good. Especially with the sweet chili sauce. Yeah, I do like crab, just I never had it that way. What the fuck are you? Nixad. Can I help you? You're not attacking me. Alright, bye. What a peculiar little fella. Good. I've never seen these little guys before, but I like them. Eat the imp. No! I will not dine on imp meat tonight. They're funny little guys, though. I want one of these as a pet. I need to find a mod that adds these to Skyrim. It's just interesting because they don't even have the yellow glow, so these are just like... They're like on the same rung as like... You know, like animals that don't really fight back. You know what I mean? Like prey animals, basically. But I don't want to hurt them, they're silly. Oh, look, at this one's showing me where a chest is. Are you laughing at me? Is this what they do? They follow you and they laugh at you? What a bunch of goobers, dude. Yeah, talking about you. Goober. Goober. Meh. They're silly, man. If they're laughing at you, maybe she... No, I can't. They're too endearing. I like how the general consensus is that I should, in fact, eat the imps. But they're just little guys. Look, I don't even have collision with them. They're so innocent. Whereas with the mud crabs, I think I do. Okay, maybe I don't. And then again, the mud crabs are nice little guys in this game too. Not like in Skyrim where it's just they have a taste for blood. Edible little guys. No! I can't do it. They don't look very tasty either. You see, it's just like the antelope, how the antelope don't have any kind of glow at all. It's the same with those Nyx heads. They're considered like prey animals that don't fight back. It's laughing because it's implanted its parasitic eggs when you weren't looking. No! Ew. They keep them eggs to themselves. I did not consent to egg laying. Oh. I don't know where I'm going. It's just in the lighthouse. Edible eggs. The eggs? Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe we'll eat the eggs. Nixad eggs with bacon. I don't know, they look kind of insectoid though. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I've got a craving for insectoid meat.
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The Covenant is sealed.
Crustaceans?
Signed.
Yeah, that is true.
Welcome to the family.
I don't know though, they didn't look like a tasty crustacean like lobsters or crabs or like prawn. I'll say it, prawn. Oh, they don't look like that kind of crustacean though. Oh, I'm just having a big old stretch. Don't mind me. Oh. Bacon and pancakes. That sounds really good, man. I've been eating a lot of microwave bacon, which sounds gross, but it's really good. It's just pre-made bacon, and you just put it in the microwave for like 5 seconds per slice, and it comes out perfect. Genuinely perfect. Especially if it's like if you just want a couple slices of bacon just to put on a sandwich or a burger or something, it's perfect. It's not gross and rubbery or anything. It's just genuinely good. So you don't have to get a pan all gross and covered in grease and have it spit at you. Bugs are just prawn of the land. You're right. The next time I see an insectoid, I'll say, "Greetings, prawn of the land."
We have been watching you.
You're
for a
right, though.
long
You're right.
time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you to a sanctuary, a safe house of sorts, a home, as well as a source of additional contracts.
I was for Oblivion, because Oblivion's method of joining the Dark Brotherhood is the same as this game, where you have to kill an innocent, or I guess just murder anybody. Because I've heard reports that, because I was like looking into like who I can murder in Oblivion that's like an inconsequential NPC, you know, someone where it's like they're not gonna fuck up any quest lines if I kill them. And some people were reporting that even like stealth killing bandits before they become hostile sometimes will count towards killing an innocent and trigger the Brotherhood thing, but I haven't had that happen for me yet. So I've just been like, I'm thinking it's like, okay, I don't fast travel. So as I'm walking from place to place, if I see an NPC that's just named like Traveler or something, they're getting it. It's on site. New Sanctuary, you're right. And maybe it'll be like the Fallout Sanctuary where Preston Garvey is there and he's going to be like, "Good to see you. Another settlement needs our help. I'll mark it on your map." Maybe they mean the highway went? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Not far.
Either way, I will be
It's the
killing
reason I
somebody
summoned
that's an
you to the
innocent in
Gold
Oblivion
Coast.
soon.
There is
I want to
much
join the
work
Dark
to
Brotherhood.
accomplish
Kill.
here,
Exactly,
and
kill.
You will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there and attempt to open the black
I will
door.
say, like, I've been really liking Oblivion. Just because it's like, Skyrim is, like, I do like Skyrim's aesthetic. You know, that whole, like, rustic, kind of dreary, but, like, not in, like, a bad way sort of vibe. Whereas Oblivion, man, Oblivion is so, like, fairy tale sort of fantasy looking. You know what I mean? Like, especially places like Shadenhall, like I was saying, where it's like all the buildings are, like, white with purple trim and all that. Or, like, look at the Imperial City. The Imperial City reminds me of Far, Far Away from Shrek. You know what I mean? So it's like, Oblivion has such a more vibrant and, like, fantastical, I feel, setting than Skyrim does, which is an interesting contrast. I do like both. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but it is very interesting to compare the two, I will say. Goonie pointed out a good target. Once you finish the slaughterfish quest for the guy outside the Imperial, okay, I'm going to go die of old age and I'll buy. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I do actually have that guy's quest. I just got bored because slaughterfish weren't spawning where the game wanted me to kill them. But that's good to know. I could just kill him then. I'll do his quest and he's gonna die anyway. What difference does it make if it's old age or if it's my dagger? What's the difference? Like 1.5 seconds? Oh no, he could have done so much in that time. That's good to know though. Yeah, it's like I am keeping my eye out for just like any generic NPC that's just like traveler or farmer, you know. But that's good to know. First murder in Oblivion was the two seducer women in the Anvil quest. Sometimes the quest bugs out and you fighting them counts as a murder. Interesting. Interesting. Well, from the sounds of it then, with that in mind and that thing I said about how sometimes even like stealth killing bandits can count, it sounds like it's something that's just going to happen eventually anyway, whether I do it or not. So I guess that's good, because I do want to join the Dark Brotherhood. I definitely do.
The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother.
I don't practice
sanctuary shall be
Santeria.
open to
I
you.
ain't got no crystal
Once
ball.
inside, seek out Astara. She has additional instructions for you.
It scared me too, because when I first played Oblivion, that was like, what, 2006? I was like 11 or 12. It scared the hell out of me too, because I probably just killed somebody just because I felt like it, you know? And then, yeah, then all of a sudden this dude in a black robe just appears in my house. And he's just like, yeah, I was watching you sleep, so what? Freaked me out too. I'm like, oh no, am I fucked?
Of course.
But then he turned out to be
Since the
friends.
formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of Tamriel. Not every sanctuary has flourished, however, and our grip isn't as secure as we'd like in certain parts of the world.
I don't understand. What do you mean? I do understand.
Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of irritation.
That's where I live, Ardenfell.
The Gold Coast, however, presents an opportunity we can all profit from. Here
Well,
we can
that's where I used
establish
to
a
live.
foothold that will serve the Brotherhood for generations to come.
What happened to the woman in the chair?
Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. Her family had certain documents and presumed to make allegations that might have embarrassed the Brotherhood.
So you killed her to avoid embarrassment?
The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold.
The immortal
I gave her the
snail,
greatest
yeah.
gift of all.
Wake him, he'll follow you for eternity like the movie. That's
Just as
really
you gave
funny.
the same gift to Lord Jarrell. And there will be many more gifts to grant.
Yeah, that's
before
interesting,
war
because
is done.
there's someone on YouTube I watch. His channel's called Nurbit, and he does a lot of like challenge runs for like particularly Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. And a lot of the ones he's done is like, can you beat like say New Vegas while you're being chased by like that one NPC Malcolm Holmes, the one that approaches you to tell you about the star bottle caps. You know, it's like the challenge is to get him to follow you and then run away from him and beat the whole game before he can get up to you and talk to you. You know what I mean? I wonder if he would ever do a video where he does that with the Dark Brotherhood guy. Can you beat Oblivion while being pursued by whatever the guy's name is? You remember that one? Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty funny idea for a challenge run. I thought, like, I like the idea of challenge runs, but I don't play through... I can't bring myself to play through games that quick. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm going to do a New Vegas playthrough, it's going to be like the last one where I literally spent over 500 hours on that one save. You know what I mean? I'm a good games done slow type guy, so it's just, as fun as those challenge runs are, I don't know if I could do them. I could if I just made myself do it, you know? Like, yeah, maybe I could do a challenge run sometime. I would have to think of what, though. Because I'm not sure. Because the ones like that where you're being pursued, or like the ones where it's like, can you beat New Vegas while staying hidden the whole time? It's like, I don't know. That sounds a little rough. But then there's like weapon-specific ones where it's like, well, obviously you could beat the game only using this one weapon most of the time. But it's still fun to do, you know? Because then it's like in Fallout 3, in one of the DLCs, like the weakest weapon in Fallout 3 it's called the toy knife, which it looks exactly like the regular kitchen knife, but it's a toy. So not only does it do like no... In fact, I think it does less damage than punching with your bare fist does. Not only that though, but it breaks really easily. And then Nurbit did a playthrough of Fallout 3 where he only used the toy knife. So it's just, it is interesting to see how to like optimize your build to make it so that a useless weapon like the toy knife is actually viable. Well, somewhat viable. I think he got that thing to the point where it did like 3 or 4 damage per hit. Which, even for like a kitchen knife in that game, is weak. Someday I might stream the randomized door mod. Yeah, I've seen that one too. I think Nurbit did a playthrough of that one as well. 10 crit, yeah. 3 damage per second, yeah. Exactly. That thing is weak. I think it's in the Point Lookout DLC. I might be wrong though. I've thought about doing a randomizer too though. Like, I'd like to do a Dark Souls 1 randomizer, honestly. I was watching Sleepy from Phase Connect play a Dark Souls randomizer. And it looked pretty fun. And the randomizer had the option to, like, if you went back to the main menu, you could re-roll. You know what I mean? So then it would randomize everything again. So it's like if you found yourself in a situation where it's like, bro, are you kidding me? It replaced every enemy with, like, an endgame boss. I cannot get through this. You know, it's like if you really get unlucky, you could at least do that. Which I would only do that, like, I would only re-roll if it was a situation like that where it was, like, literally impossible. Otherwise, I'd probably just try and grit and bear through it. I think that would be fun, though, doing a Dark Souls randomizer. If I see Dark Souls 1 on sale on Steam, I'll have to pick it up. I do miss Dark Souls 1, man. I really like that game. Like, there were parts of it that was really frustrating, of course. Especially the Bed of Chaos boss fight. I hate Bed of Chaos. But honestly, it's like, if when I think about, like, the games that, like, had the most impact on me, I guess, Dark Souls 1 is definitely up there. Like, that game was a commitment, bro. You only played 2 and 3? I liked 2 and 3. I played through more of 2 than 3, but I never finished either of them. I would like to, though. Yeah, I like Dark Souls. Really good time with those games, man. Just like Skyrim. A randomizer for Elden Ring would be interesting, too. It's just, like, the way that Dark Souls and Elden Ring, like, they're kind of built different. You know, like, Dark Souls is more linear, whereas Elden Ring is more open world. Which, Elden Ring is more of, like, a linear open world, in my opinion. Like, it's not true open world, like, say, Skyrim is. I don't know, like, it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, if, like, in Skyrim, you truly can just go anywhere in the map that you want right off rip. Whereas Elden Ring, like, there's areas that you could only go, like, once you beat certain other areas and get an item or beat a boss or something. So it's like, it's not that it isn't open world, it's just a more linear open world than, say, Skyrim or Fallout or anything. You know what I mean? But it is definitely more open world than Dark Souls, whereas Dark Souls is very linear. House tour, that's right. Hey, MTV, you're watching MTV Cribs, and this is my crib. Give you all, like, the camera angles. Very open and cave-like layout for this one. Honestly, yeah. It's much different than what I'm used to, like, with the Outlaw Refuges.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way.
You look strong.
I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine.
I thought that said, of course, moron. It's like, yeah, let me... First time meeting the person in charge of the Dark Brotherhood, and I call her a moron right off rip.
And this is for you. Shrouded armor. The uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now.
Sithis' touch
You might as well
weapon.
look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well.
Oh, so that's what my bonus was for killing the dude with the Blade of Woe? Fuck yeah. Astero, we're gonna get along just fine regardless of how hard you're scowling at me.
We are all brothers and sisters.
Very solid
Children
face.
of
Very
another
solid.
Our dread father. Even lone assassins.
She looks like she... if she's
Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for
She
your
looks
more
like-
challenging contract.
she could stick like a walnut under her chin and then like crush it between her chin and her collarbone. And she looks strong, man. She got balled of fish. She looks like she's just gonna sock me across the face right here, right now. Very cool character. Oh my god. Am I wrong though? Am I wrong? That is a powerful lady right there. I'll stop swooning.
Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting.
I am not exactly right.
Welcome to the family.
It's like, what's the matter? Can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman? No, on the contraire, I am in awe.
Explore the sanctuary. Meet the others. At least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish.
Nice. She's really rocking that character. She really is. She really is. Not gonna lie. So I got Dark Brotherhood armor now, huh? Let's see what that looks like. Look at me, bro. Here, tell you what. What does this look like with my gas mask? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool. I might roll with that for a little bit. Yeah, I might just roll with that for a little bit. I don't look as heavy armored now, but that's okay. So yeah, like the Dark Brotherhood armor, it's not like actually my armor. Like you can see over here, I'm still wearing that blue armor I had on. It's just, it's more of a skin, I guess. Which I think is cool. Oh my god, the music down here, you hear that? Got me on edge, bro. Got me a little on edge. Scales. Okay, yeah, what do the Dark Brotherhood perks do? Bounty and heat resulting from a witness murder or assault is reduced by 20%. That could be useful, maybe. Grants major expedition, increasing your movement speed by 30% for 6 seconds after killing an enemy with Blade of Woe. Shadowy Supplier. A contract from the Brotherhood provides the beneficial items once per day. That might be good. This contract is located in outlaw refuges in the Gold Coast Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary and the Hughes. Okay. That sounds interesting. I wonder what they'd be supplying me. Aggression radius from hostile monsters is decreased by 50% while mounted. Spectral Assassin. 50% chance to shroud you when you use the Blade of Woe, shielding you from being... That one's probably pretty good, but I'm a long way from getting it. Rank 10. I'm only rank 2. So, the perks are kind of... Like, if I was running a... I do plan on making a character that is specifically, like, stealth, you know what I mean? Like, prioritizing Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood. And these perks might be good for that character, but for this character I'm doing, who's kind of I'm just kind of going for, like, generally good at PvE type stuff. Not so much. Because I kind of don't care about getting bounties. Kind of looks like Shredder with the mouse mask. You're right. With the mask that it comes with. Here, let me take this off. This one? Kind of does, yeah. Kind of does. I like how you can see a little bit of his beard poking out. I have this this crown too. In case I want to be a fancy boy. Oh, and then you could also just hide your helm too. So it's like you're still wearing a helmet, but it just, you know what I mean? So it's like even for this set, I could do it just without the mask and the hood if I really wanted. I got some other interesting ones too. Like, I don't know where the hell I got this one from. Oh, I got the Thieves Guild too. That's pretty cool looking, actually. We'll roll with the shrouded armor for now, though. Nice crown, thanks. Yeah, that was from, I think it was from the 10-year anniversary event. Where it's like a lot of, like, where it was like the kind of festival that, like, revolved around, like, tomfoolery and debauchery. And, like, there was, like, one NPC that, like, asked me to pull a prank on another one and all that, you know? Anyway. Suggested I look around the scene. When I'm ready, I should talk to Ellen and get my first map pick. Okay. Man, the music that they play in here.
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized that details concerning you are sorely lacking. We'll need to rectify that before too long.
I suggest I introduce myself.
She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear, eventually. Even you, I suppose.
What do you mean, even me? Like, even a dumbass like myself will know what's going on? Is that what you're trying to imply? Green venom? You definitely spit venom, that's for sure.
Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom?
No.
Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity. I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time.
I was gonna say, go ahead, open your mouth and show me. I don't believe you. I see you gritting your teeth and try and hide it.
And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course. I keep meticulous records. I'll help
What a
you.
clown, yeah.
You'll help
Yeah,
me.
what a clown.
Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win?
You're a silly lizard. Yeah, let's go and introduce ourselves to the next person. This person. Oh, fancy. Oh. Maribel Matier. I'm the princess of the Dark Brotherhood.
So you're the new initiate.
They really are fun and silly. They always got such personality. I'm cuter than the last. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Maribel thinks I'm cute.
And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all. As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway,
I'm in love.
pleasure to meet you. May the Night Mother forever hold you in her cold and loving embrace.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Will you marry me? I mean, dang it, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Are you always this forward?
Forward. Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, we wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we?
I guess
Find
we
me
wouldn't,
later,
no.
and I'll show you what forward really looks like.
Oh. Where would you like me to meet you?
Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks, and a wicked sense of humor.
You know, I feel like...
Just play along and
I feel
enjoy.
like there's a character in either Oblivion or Skyrim that has that name, Motier. I wonder if it's one of her descendants. Look at that smile. Oh, she's so coy.
Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. The wealth,
There is? I
the
knew it.
freedom, the servants
I knew it.
waiting on me hand and foot. One day, I
knew I
strangled my
recognized that
handmaid
name.
with a golden chain. And here I am. Life in the Brotherhood suits me.
I wonder if it's someone in the Dark Brotherhood. Yeah, see, you remember too, don't you? I appreciate the research. Oh, my cat. You're sitting... Ma'am, you appear to be... She was, like, sitting on my cat. Oh, Mr. Snickers has certainly taken a liking to you. I am admittedly charmed but weary. Which I'm sure is the exact vibe she was going for. Thanik and Elendrals. Well, Elendrals is the one that's going to give us the quest, so we might as well save them for last. I wish I was Mr. Snickers right now. I wish the scary assassin lady would pat my head.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll just call you New Blade.
That's convenient because you can't say my character's name.
Not like I'm gonna know you for very long.
Same.
Yes, New Blade. That's so much better.
It's a whole family line. Interesting. So are they like reoccurring characters? Man, I really need to like watch more like Elder Scrolls lore videos on YouTube because it's just there's so much of this stuff that it's like I would love to know more about, just like the reoccurring characters and all that. I know about Maik the Liar. I like Maik. I hope that they put him in the 6th game too, the Elder Scrolls game that they're currently making. Let him be my companion. I bet there's a mod for that. Armand Motier. Yeah, okay. I remember that now. Yeah, as soon as I read Armand Motier, I'm like, that's ringing a bell. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for looking that up. Okay, that ties it all together. So that lady I was just talking to is Armand's ancestor. From like 700 years in the past. That's crazy. So the Motiers have not cleaned up their act, I see.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently.
I'm getting a little hungry.
Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood, and you make a tempting target.
Remain silent.
Trying to pull off the spooky thing? Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there.
No, I was
Blade.
staying silent so you could just continue speaking.
Lurking in the shadows anymore.
There's nothing spooky about that. Consideration is not spooky. And I resent the notion. And Francois Montier is a target in a oblivion. Oh, interesting. You fake his death. Okay, so yeah, I guess. Okay, so the Motiers is just every Oblivion or every Elden Scrolls. Yeah, every Elder Scrolls game seems to have their own iteration of the Motiers. That's interesting. I like that they do that. I really do. It's pretty neat. Because I mean, the games take place so far apart that it's like the only reoccurring characters you could really have are like immortal beings, like gods and stuff. So I guess, you know, it's interesting that they at least have it so that you could run into like the ancestors, or like I guess the descendants rather, of the characters you meet in the previous games. I like that a lot. It's pretty cool. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like if the Motiers, for example, if they're like a family of assassins, I guess it makes sense that they're still doing the same shit centuries later, you know? Anyway. Let's go talk to... Oh, Cor and Hildegard. I didn't even see them before. Okay, layout of this place is a little confusing. But I'm sure I'll get used to it.
Little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here.
Brother.
Come on now, Hilda.
Your new brother.
Shy? Sorry. She can be skittish around strangers.
Oh, don't. That little werewolf? Oh. Bring her on out here. I want to give her a hug.
New brother! Welcome, welcome. If there's anything you need, anything at all, you come to me, yes?
You know, it's like, when it comes to Imperials and Bretons, it can be kind of hard for me to tell. Like, if I'm speaking to an NPC, it's like, I can't tell if you're an Imperial or a Breton, but Nords always have a way of letting you know that they're Nords, huh?
Of course. It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. And family helps each other. It's what we do. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet. But you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations.
What a bro. What a bro indeed. The coolest dude I've met coolest person I've met so far here. Everyone else was either condescending or they were like Miss Motier, where she kind of just left me not sure how I felt.
Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced their children to participate.
So is Hildegard like a human child? Is that why she's so small?
We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and
She left you knowing exactly how you felt. Hey, well, fair enough, man.
alone, nearly mad.
I wonder how the Dark Brotherhood manages weddings. You're lucky she didn't attack you.
I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as her big brother.
Oh boy, they're lovers.
Before that happened, though,
Oh yeah, she did say my
nearly tore
beloved
face
Simbar.
off. See? I still have the scar.
Well, it looks like Simbar might need to be Simbarred from this mortal realm, if you catch my drift. I wonder how Simbar feels about her, like, talking to people like that, like, oh, you're cute, why don't you come see me later? I'll show you how forward I can be. Ha! Just kidding. I have a boyfriend. Gotcha. That's cold. Alright. Now, Elamdrals. Simbar looks like a douche, too. Probably is a douche. I could take him. I could take him. Yeah, he don't know what he's up against. Salt cope. Oh no. Yo, we got Dark Guardians here. Hell yeah, bro. Steve. Oh no. It's a bittersweet moment for all of us. Tubby Chubby. That was that person's name, by the way. I wasn't insulting them. So you're Elam Drawls.
Well met, brother. I coordinate our family's more mundane contracts. I suggest you get used to this face, because you're going to be seeing a lot of me.
I was gonna say, I could only see a fraction of your face.
Did she now?
Way to assume she isn't
Sure
poly.
That's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get...
Did you just assume my relationship preference?
Now that you're here, we might as well discuss your training. Don't repeat what I say. It annoys me.
I recognize that voice.
Yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant contracts will be made available to you. It's simple, really.
I recognize that voice, I swear. To be fair, Maribel seemed kind of douchey too. Maybe they're made for each other. Honestly, they might just be. They might just be. Douche and douchette.
I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here. Ready for your first contract, Initiate?
Are they paying me 652 gold just because I walked around and introduced myself? Fair enough.
Everyone appeals to
I'll
the
take
Dark
it.
Brotherhood through the Black Sacrament.
Oh no, not the sour grapes.
Gold to spare.
Cognitive
Usually indulge
dissonance.
them in
Aww.
mundane requests. Are you ready to take on your first contract?
Yeah.
Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death, but I've handpicked something special for your first job. Travel to the city of Kvatch, identify the target listed on this contract, then eliminate them. I encourage you to practice with the Blade of Woe. But as long as the
Roasting.
target dies, it doesn't really matter how you kill them. Can you manage that?
I think we'll do this quest and then we might sign off for the day. And I'll go have some lunch.
What are you standing around for? I'm not much to look at, and neither is this room.
Alrighty. I really like the skeletons that they got just hanging around. This place is so metal. I was totally willing to look past her douchiness. See, and compromise is an important part of any healthy relationship. I'm willing to compromise with the fact that you have the personality of a doormat. And that you are very douchey, but I'm willing to compromise and accept that. And then Maribel's just like, well, let's get married. Hey, we should get a human skeleton to hang up on the wall. Yeah, a wall skeleton? Ethically sourced, of course. Wink, wink. Just got a message in Minecraft that a villager, Brad, has died by sweet berry bush. God damn it, Brad. Man, what? He either had to be super weak from getting attacked by something else, or that dumbass was just hanging out in the bushes for, like, days. Because those don't exactly kill you fast. Come on, Brad. Well, I guess survival of the fittest is a thing in Minecraft as well. The latter, probably. Probably. Just walking around going, ow, ow, ow. Like, for like, a whole in-game day. Man, that's embarrassing, though. Oh, no. That's crazy that there's lions in Cyrodiil. Doesn't seem like the right temperate, like, environment for them. But what do I know? Like, a mountain lion would be one thing, but these are just plain honest-to-God lions. No mountain about it. And they're just commingling with wolves. Tamriel and its fauna and wildlife amaze me. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do this one last quest here, and then I think we'll wrap up for the day. I am getting pretty hungry. I'm gonna have to be careful with my bounty, though. Well, if I could loop around and get to the Outlaws' Refuge, I could sneak in through the city that way. I should maybe pawn some stuff off, though.
Have you seen?
Just any of this crap that I don't need. Just literally just buy my garbage. This is going to be a good supply of gold from this garbage unloading. Vivek's Ginger Green Chai. I'll check that. Damn, that was 801 gold. All from me just picking up trash compulsively. See, growing up, I was always told, stop picking stuff up off the ground. I don't care how cool that rock looks. You don't need it. Well, I'm glad that I didn't kick that habit because it makes me money in video games. So, boom, checkmate. Picking stuff up off the floor is actually cool and based. You want to hug a Khajiit? I do too, honestly. They look very floofy. What's interesting is that there's apparently, like, subspecies of Khajiit that actually just kind of look like regular cats. Like they're, you know, smaller and they're quadrupeds instead of bipedal. In fact, some people actually have a pet that's one of those Khajiits. And what's interesting is that you can actually barter with it. So it's like you don't have to go and find a merchant to sell stuff to. You could just sell it to your little Khajiit that follows you around. Like, the owner of the Khajiit, and as well as anybody that's in that person's specific group Whereas, like, if I just see somebody on the street and I'm not in their group, I cannot trade with their Khajiit. Yeah, it is pretty neat. Yeah, little guy. I forget what he's called. I think he wears, like, a head wrap and stuff. And he does talk. Despite looking like a house cat. Some literally look like... Yeah, it's true. I like the Khajiits. I really do. They're so mischievous. Careful, traveler. Khajiit does not play these games. Yeah, I really want to go to Elsewhere, but I think Elsewhere's DLC in this game. Yeah, Northern Elsewhere DLC. The Elsewhere DLC makes sense. And then Southern Elsewhere, which is a separate DLC. I'll probably get all the expansions eventually, assuming that I keep playing this game for years. It's just, you know what I mean? It'll be the kind of thing where it's like, oh, this one's on sale and I have some money that I wouldn't mind, you know, spending. So, you know. Looks like I'll have to go elsewhere. But, That's a good one. Let's see if I can get to where I need to go without getting seen by the gourds. Wait. I'm a fucking dumbass. Hey. Where do they want me to go? Kvatch, right? What am I doing here? Okay, let's go back to the Outlaw Refuge. Where is it? Right here. No? Where is it?
Why me?
Let's go back out, and then we'll just go to the Way Shrine. And we'll go to Anvil. There it is. Not Anvil, we'll go to Kvatch. Na 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 na. It always takes me a long time to get used to these different outlaw refuges. They're always so labyrinth-like. I wonder if they would ever do a main series Elder Scrolls game that takes place, like, around this era. Like, way before Oblivion or Skyrim. That would be interesting. You know what I mean? You could kind of tie some of the lore together that has never really been explained or shown. Only, like, briefly mentioned. I don't know, just the Elder Scrolls world and lore is so interesting that I always appreciate every glimpse of it I get to have. Yeah, maybe when I'm eating my lunch, I'll watch some lore videos. You guys know about the somewhat broken and not properly implemented Goblin War mechanic in Oblivion? It's super funny. So it's like there's 7 specific Goblin tribes in Oblivion. And each one has a shaman, which is like their leader. And they also have a totem, which is literally just a stick with another goblin's head smashed onto it. Yeah, I was telling you before about that. Yeah. So, like, yeah, all the 7 of the tribes, they have their leader, their shaman, and they have their totem. And it's like, the idea is, you can instigate a war between the different tribes by stealing one tribe's totem and bringing it to, like, a different tribe's cave and just, like, dropping it in the world. You know, and then, like, those 2 tribes of goblins will start going to war with each other, and you'll just, like, you'll just be walking around and, like, just minding your own business, and you'll just stumble upon goblins fighting each other, and they'll actually, like, start playing, like, capture the flag with the totems, you know? Going for each other's totems and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, you could have, like, a full-scale, all-out war between all 7 tribes if you really wanted. Yeah, I'm sad Skyrim didn't have goblins either. The closest was those Reiklings that appear in that one DLC, the Dragonborn DLC, I think. That's the closest we got. I think goblins are kind of funny. In most contexts. In other contexts, they're kind of fucked up. The Goblin War, that was Oblivion. And apparently, like, it's still a thing in the remaster, but from what I hear, they didn't polish it anymore. So it's very buggy, and it's like, it's the kind of thing where it's like a lot of time it just doesn't work. So there are mods you can get that make it better. Yeah, it's a feature that, like, they put in, but they either, like, never finished it, or they, like, scrapped it and, like, just kind of left some of the code in the game, because it's like, you can get it to work if you're lucky, but a lot of times it doesn't. Like, the guy that I was watching do it on YouTube, it took him a ton of tries, and he also was using, like, he was basically cheating and giving himself, like, 1,000,000 invisibility potions, as well as giving himself god mode, because it's like, that's another thing too, is that, like, the goblins aren't exactly friendly to you, so it's like, to go and steal one of their totems and bring it to one of the other tribes, it's like, you kind of have to be sneaky about it, because, you know, it's not like they're going to be friendly towards you. But yeah, there are mods that kind of make it better. I haven't really modded my Oblivion Remastered all that much yet. Mostly it's just performance and visual stuff, but I definitely have an eye on that mod, if they have one for the remaster yet. Oblivion AI, honestly, yeah, it is very amazing. Like, it was so ahead of its time, to the point where even these days it still is impressive, you know? Like, you look at the AI in other games, and it's so dumb, you know what I mean? Whereas the Oblivion NPCs, man, they have schedules, you know, they have other NPCs that they seek out and talk to. It's crazy. It's so impressive. Like, Oblivion is just one of the hallmarks of gaming. Like, it's just, like, you want to talk about games that were important for, like, the gaming industry and all that? Skyrim is definitely one of them. What am I doing? I forgot that I have to go to the shrine. I'm so dumb sometimes. I'm just lurking around for no reason. I'm getting so caught up in what I'm talking about. But yeah, honestly, yeah, Oblivion AI is incredible. It can be goofy, because there is that whole mod, or not mod, there is that whole meme about, you know, the Oblivion NPCs and all that, which is funny for sure, but it's like, as goofy as it is, the fact that it operates the way it does is just so impressive, especially for, like, what, 2006? A dork consumer, it sure enough is. Hello, Abyssal, good to see you. Yeah, we're doing one more quest here before I sign off and get some lunch. Hello, hey, what's up? Good to see you, I hope you're doing well. It's a pleasure as always. Oh, thankfully somebody else is getting mulched by the guards right now. That makes things easier on me. Because I still have a bounty. Surprise 24 hours stream. Oh, man, I remember when that used to work on me. Not anymore. That used to work on me. I used to be like, okay, fine. I can't these days no more. Even if it did, I'm here, so that's fair enough. Yeah, Callie would step in and ensure I did what's best for myself. People rag on the Oblivion conversation, but it honestly really does, because it's like, sure, sometimes they say stuff to each other that doesn't really make a lot of sense, like, in the context, but it's really cool. Like, you go into the Imperial City, and you just see, like, every couple of feet, there's just two people talking to each other about, like, an actual event in the game, or, like, something that you did that, you know, they're talking about now. It's cool, man. It's really, really cool. Health is top priority. True that. Yeah, and thank you for watching out for my health, Kalibi. I appreciate that. When the streamer doesn't know about it. That's how it went for me when I did my 30-hour stream. I did the 24 hours, and people are like, oh, well, you could go for 30. And it's like, I could go for 30. I don't know what you've done or who you've pissed off, but somebody wants you dead, Priscus.
Something seems amiss.
Yeah, something seems amiss. Perhaps your life? Because you're dead now. Roasted. Well, goddamn. Yeah, honestly, I'm very surprised about how graphic those executions are, because this game doesn't have anything like that. Bye, Priscus. That's right. That's right. Bye-bye, Priscus. Must have given him a splitting headache. Hey. More like just a splitting head, because there was no A, because he feels nothing anymore, because he's dead. Hey. Oh. I don't need a notification every time somebody in a guild that I'm in completes a dungeon or something. It does me no favors. Oh, wow, is there not an outlaw refuge here in Kvatch? That's wild.
By Moloch, I'm calling the guards.
For what? What have I done? You call the guards on everybody that's a little different than you? I'm pickpocketing you just out of principle. So you got health, you should go to bed. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's pretty late for y'all. And I'll be ending soon anyway, so that's okay. What about the settlement problem? There's a settlement needs your help. Oh my god, yeah. I made a Preston Garvey reference earlier. Good night, Brute. Yep, good night, good night.
Lose my head if it wasn't attached to my shoulders.
Take care. See you around. Hope you have a nice, pleasant evening. Thanks for stopping by, too. Just as I use the invisibility potion, the guard decides to walk away. Perfect. But yeah, let's go turn this quest in. And then I think we're going to close off there for the night. The night. Or, well, the day, I guess I should say. Because a fellow like myself needs to go and eat some lunch soon, because I'm hungry. But yeah, this was fun, though. I'm glad to finally start the Dark Brotherhood stuff. I've been kind of slacking on it. Well, this is good, though, because now I could... Like, when I'm doing the Radiant Thieves Guild quest, where it's just, like... It's always stuff like pickpocket 10 people in this region, or something like that. So now it's like... Don't... Now it's like... I could go to the Thieves' Den, grab one of those quests, come here, grab one of their quests, then it's just, you know, while I'm out and about, I'll do both. I'll steal and I'll kill. Whatever, I'll do both. I got two hands. Pickpocket with one hand and knife motion with the other. That's cool, though. Because, like, I looked into, like, which is better for making gold between these two guilds, and a lot of people said the Thieves Guild is better, which from what I have seen with the Thieves Guild, yeah, you make a lot of money from them.
So tell me, how did you do?
But we'll see how this one does. Let's see what my payout is.
Well, good for you. But don't get too full of your accomplishments just yet.
Pretty normal payout.
It was a fairly easy contract.
Oh yeah, I never opened with that other thing they gave me.
Come back when you're ready for more. If the speaker or the matron give an order, though, that takes priority.
Well, let's see what I got. Because that's 632. That seems to just be like the universal payout for quests for me. Black beeswax. And then some invisibility potions like I just used. That's helpful. Oh, I know, these are different. Oh, it's a stamina potion. Well, I'm selling that. I don't need that. And then let's see, what else did they give me? God, the music they play in here is crazy. Sithis' Restoration Staff. Okay. So yeah, I think the Thieves Guild stuff is definitely better because it's like, not only are you getting paid for doing the quest, but like, you get to keep all the stuff you steal. You know what I mean? So it's like, you get the money for the quest, and then you could sell off all the stolen stuff you got. You know what I mean? So, yes, it seems from what I have seen so far, the Thieves Guild is definitely better for making gold, but I think doing both Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood in tandem is a pretty good combination, you know what I mean? Just like in Skyrim. But yeah, I think we will close off there for tonight. And I'm gonna go and get some lunch. I appreciate y'all being here, though. Thank you for hanging out with me, even though it's kind of an early hour. I can go ahead and see if we have anybody that we can raid. Thanks for the stream. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you'll get some rest soon, too. I know it's pretty late for you. And I'm going to turn the Elder Scrolls music back on just so there's some kind of ambience. Because the game mutes when you alt-tab. Alright, yeah, let me check my old following list here. Let's see who we can throw a little raidy-datey on out over. Oh, I know, okay, I know who we can raid. Perfect. Oh, and they just started, too. Okay, so we are going to raid... It was fun as always. Thank you for saying so. I really do appreciate that. I always say it and I always mean it, but it's always fun for me when, you know, you guys make it even more fun, because obviously I have fun playing video games, but you guys being here makes it even more fun, you know what I mean? So thanks for being here for that. And we're going to go and throw a raid on over to Majestic Ocelot, who is currently playing Deltarune, so I think she's very early in the game still, but obviously, you know, if you don't want spoilers, you know, it's understandable, you know. But yeah, I guess that's your warning. If you don't want Deltarune spoilers, she is currently playing Deltarune. Although she's only been streaming for 12 minutes and it looks like she's at the very beginning, so probably not a ton of spoilers right off rip, but, you know, just letting you know. Alright, and yeah, be sure to say hi to Ocelot. She's a very lovely person, a very good friend of mine. Very good streamer. And yeah, with that said, thank you all for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.